Hey everybody, this is Gerard Norman, and you saw my video because you want to know about dating as a single parent. And to be perfectly honest, this is a touchy topic. And the fact that you're looking it up, that means you're a great parent, or at the very least that you want to be great. And that's how it starts. Greatness doesn't happen overnight. It's little steps, day by day, discipline by discipline. And it's doing sometimes the boring stuff that people don't want to do. So I commend you to being here the first and foremost. So as me being a single parent, I've been through the whole dating scene. I finally got a good one that I love and plan on getting married to, but that's a later video, a later time. But nonetheless, to get to that point, you have to be very aware of the type of people you're dealing with. First of all, you think about the person that you were with. Why the reason that you guys aren't together. If it was them, then it was them. But if it was honestly you, what could you do better about yourself? What could you do better as far as picking the right people and treating people better? Because this is what your kids are going to see. They're going to mirror what they see. And you have to look back and realize that that's what you did. Everything that you do, you saw somebody else do. We're creatures of habit, and we copy and we hold on to what we like and what we value. So, getting past that, I would say talking with that other person, sometimes it's a little difficult, but it's for the better of the kids. And figuring out what's the best situation for these kids. Depending on how you're splitting up the days. When I first started out, we were doing 4 on, 3 off. I would have them 4 days, she would have them 3, and then sometimes it would be 3, 4. But even then, is that best for the kids? And that's a whole different story. But nonetheless, the original agreement was, hey, if I have the kids on these days, I can date on other days. But even then, it turned out that it didn't work out that way for the other party. So my kids are around people, different guys all the time. And, that's one thing you don't want to do. You can't control the other person, but you want to make sure you don't have your kids around different folks. Because at the end of the day, it causes confusion for them. They start acting out in certain ways. And we're not psychiatrists. We're not trained to see these things. And we can take it as disrespect. We can take it as other things. When in all actuality, we're putting the kids in a pretty messed up environment. And you have to be aware of that, So if you're dating someone, before you start introducing your kids to them, it should be a while. You should really get to know that person. You really will never get to know someone as much as you would like to, but you should at least make an effort, What questions do you have that'll make or break for you? What few things, if she's a smoker, if you don't smoke, or, if she's a drinker and you don't drink, or those things, you should find that out there right away, because now you have someone dependent on the fact that you're dating with somebody else. So if she smokes and you know it and you kind of overlook it because you just want to see how things go. You don't have that kind of time when you have kids involved, because once your kids meet them, say you finally realize, like, dang it, I don't like people who smoke. And it's like, you done had them around your kids now. So now your kids were used to someone. Now they're going to see somebody else. And it's so easy for them to repeat this pattern. Same thing with parents that do smoke. I mean, that's their choice, but their kids tend to be smokers, or they're harmed because of secondhand smoke. So, when it comes to dating as a single parent, the best thing to do is be forward with the person that you're out there, you're talking with. You let them know you have kids, whether they live with you, whether they're not. Sometimes they're going to want to ask a lot of questions about the other party. You can try to keep that to a minimal, or you can share with them because you have nothing to hide. It all depends on what your style is. But the biggest thing is just keeping them from being around a whole bunch of people. That really does a number on the kids, and I've seen it firsthand. And it just causes so much confusion. It starts trickling into their schoolwork, the way they act on a regular basis. And, you got to have someone who likes kids. You should definitely have a list of questions in your head of certain things that this person has to do. And no matter how beautiful they are, how nice they are, they may be a good friend, but they may not be the best fit for you and your family. And you got to put your family first. And that's the biggest thing, is a lot of times when people are dating as single parents, they don't put their family first. They put their wants and what their eyes tell them and what they think they want first. And it just doesn't always work out. So I lucked up. I talked to, a few girls in between the time I left my son's mother, and I got the one I got with now. And she was the only one that I even wanted to introduce to my kids. And it took about a few months. And then after a few months, I was like, I want you to meet my boys. And we did it. And I even told my son's mother, hey, this is what's going to happen. I just try to be upfront as possible. I could have still done things wrong, but from what I see, I try to do things the best way possible. And if there's a better way, I'm all about a better way, because it's about my sons. So, needless to say, if you are a single parent and you are dating, there's a few things I can help you with. Unfortunately, I've been online dating before. There's nothing wrong with that. I was fortunate enough to not have to even go online to meet the person I'm with now. But if you're interested in saving some money for your online dating, because as a single parent, your hands are tied. Like I said, I'm on a 13 day a week schedule. I mean, every 2 weeks I'm on 13 days off one. If I got something serious, I can get out of it. But for the most part, if it's not serious, I don't want to be away from my boys. So if you're interested in saving some money on some of these dating sites like Match.com, a buddy of mine put me onto something where you can save, I think, 75% on your membership, turn it in from being like $30 or $40 to like $6, $7, maybe 10 or something like that a month. Click the link below, and I'm glad I can assist you. As a single parent, you got to save as much money as you can, especially if you're not getting help from the other party. And I definitely suggest you do so. And as a single father, or even as a single mother, you're entitled to child support. I take child support out on my son's mother, and it's not out of spite. It's because I didn't do this by myself. And as hard as I work and all the time I spend, that's the very least they can do. So nonetheless, I'm glad that you saw my video, and I hope that I helped, and I'll definitely have more, and stay tuned. Have a good one.